Let's make sure all the chats work. Okay, Restream is in. Twitch is in. YouTube, not quite yet. All right, it should be connecting. We're 2 minutes early. That's fine. Oh. All right, let's see if the chats are connected. Oh, supposedly they are. All right. So shut down the audio here. Do this. All right, welcome to Code Hangout number 113. Countdown to SudokuPad. So today we are going to really dig in. I got an email from Google that I got to update the app or they're going to take it off the shop. Today's the 20th. I think this is happening on the 31st. Let me just check on this specifically. Let's do this. Yeah, so this is what's going on basically. Google really wants me to update the app. And well, I've been wanting to update the app anyways. I've been working on it for way too long. So this is going to be a hard deadline. I just got to get it done. Now, this will not be the app as I would like it to be, because there's a whole bunch of things I'd like to add and they'll take a bit more testing and so on. So what it's going to be is as much as possible the current version that I have running, just operational and updated. So I'm going to write down a few kind of items and what I'm going to do the next 2 weeks. Hey, Chameleon, how are you doing? What I'm going to do the next 2 weeks is basically to kind of checklist the hell out of this, right? To figure out exactly what's needed, what's missing, and so on and so forth. And I'm just going to do some rough kind of what I want to do. So next update, next update scope. And the scope of the next update is fully functional app with new engine and updated Android API. And then basically, once that's up and running, I want to have 2 or 3 follow-up updates where I'm actually going to implement the stuff that I really want. And this includes basically the file backup, so backup data to files to support, and this is mostly for iOS, so this is mostly for Android. So we might skip this update on iOS, basically go straight to the second one. Because on iOS currently data is lost when the app updates, right? So I don't really want to push an update until that feature is in there. Updates without data loss. And then another update will be to enable puzzle folders, basically groups, to organize puzzle listing better. Because currently the puzzle listing is not very good for somebody who's got 1,000 puzzles in there, right? And that's kind of the main 2 follow-ups, where this is super urgent, and the reason I kind of initiated the whole update in the first place, and this is kind of what I want to do, just as this is kind of the main missing feature right now that it really should have. And then there's a lot of other things, but then I want to basically get into a regular update cadence, so maybe like every month or something, right? And what I might like to do is, how do you spell cadence? I don't know. Is to, for example, one idea that could be that the beta, once it is proven, basically goes into the app before it goes into production. So then the app owners will get first dibs on new features rather than the website users, right? Which, you know, they need to have some perks. But now for this initial scope update, I need to figure out exactly what I need to do. And there's a couple of problems, like there's a partial implementation of the data backup. So I need to either rip it out or basically neutralize it so it doesn't cause any harm. And because this update was actually for that, but I don't have the time to actually get that all up and running. I need to kind of review this separately. And there were so many changes with the core engine updates. So I don't know yet exactly how I'm going to deal with that. And I've had issues where just lots of things are broken and so on. So there needs to be a lot of testing, and I need to kind of clean up all the kind of breaking bugs. But I don't want to delay this. So if there's like a new feature that's not working properly, I might just leave it out of this update. So let's actually just go into kind of the list. I'm actually quite happy that I managed. It currently builds on Android and it deploys on my test phone. So this is right now running on my old Nexus 6P from many years ago. But it seems to run fine, it seems to build, and it seems to deploy. And I've had issues with it not building and so on, so there's been a lot of updates to Cordova. Cordova is a pretty old system, so there's a lot of sort of secondary issues which have nothing to do with my app, but I still have to work through these. So I think one thing I should definitely do is get back into kind of the whole account pipeline, because I don't, for example, I don't even know what API version this is being built with, you know? So let's have a look. I think I built it over here the other day. And I think this might be the build log. Ooh, maybe? Okay. So today I want to kind of just make sure we know that the build is doing the right thing. That the app is working by and large. And then maybe clean out the error logs of the known issues, and then get into sort of the fine-grained testing of just making sure everything actually works the way it's supposed to. Because, you know, with the many changes to the engine. Oh my god, did I run this with verbose on? Holy moly. What the heck is all of this? Why is this so long? I don't remember these being this long. Holy moly. Holy crap. This must have been like a verbose build. All right, so I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to run a build and see what it tells me and make sure my build scripts still work. So we should have, that is not the package for the app. So we should be able to build an Android debug build like this. And I want to see, I think this should basically be telling it which API level we have. And Google wants API level... I don't know. Let's find out, actually. Let's go into the Google Play Store, which... 1 second. I'm going to have to grab from this window here. And I got to do this off stream because... I don't know if it's gonna do some weird authentication stuff on screen and all that. So this is the dashboard for the app on Google Play. And there's probably a bunch of stuff. Let's see. No, app includes any financial features. Okay. So these are kind of... other checklists I need to do, right? So we have, what do you call it? Build and or release. Release. And under release we have, what do they call this? Go play, policies. Some sections aren't complete. So we have financial features, and that's under start. Package permission, reconcile package permission. So, all right. Do financial features. What are these? Questionnaire. Update package permissions. All right, now let's have a look if they have some information here about the API level. So we have the existing app, which should be here. Under release overview, probably. All right. And I believe this is, oh my God, I can't believe this is 2021. Ay. All right. Let's see if we can get some information out of this thing. I don't want, okay, API levels 22 plus. I don't see any warnings here about what it should be. Target SDK, API levels. So let me have a look at the email they sent me, if it has more than that screenshot in there, because I think I took that on my phone. There's a view link. Let's see where that takes us. Targeting as an old version of Android. Yeah, but it doesn't tell me which it should be. Okay, 30 muster there by 31st August, 11 days away. You must target Android 12. Please updates. You will not be able to ready to use Android versions higher than your target API. Now, one of the problems is I believe my test phone here is not even Android 12. It's probably much older than that, because Google doesn't even freaking allow me to update it. So I don't see why I need to build an app that many users won't be allowed to use. Yeah, so this is version 8.1. So I'm guessing I can't actually deploy onto this. And I need to target 13. Will not be available to do. You must target 13. API level. Release updates. That's so strange because I need to do an update to fix it. API level. Your highest target API to ensure you update your app target API to Android. Okay, so let's write this down. Update target API to level 33 to Android 13 API level 33. All right. And that, we need to figure out exactly how that is done. So if any of you guys have experience with this stuff, chime in, because this stuff is so opaque to me. So let's see how this is configured in here, because currently I believe I'm targeting something arbitrary here. Min SDK version 22, target SDK version. So that's the other thing. I don't even understand how API translate to target to SDK, right? So let's look it up. So Android target SDK API level. So migrate from API Android to Android 13. Your changes list. Now I don't really do anything with the operating system, so hopefully that doesn't affect me too much. So how does the SDK level relate to the API level? Every new Android version introduces new change. Yep. Recent API level. You see, they talk about new SDKs and then they're talking about API level. What is the difference between SDK versus, SDK vs API? Android SDK versus API version. There's Android version, okay, but there's also SDK and then there's API. So we have API level, all right, but is SDK interchangeable? Huh. So it would be good to see. So the Android 8.1 on my test phone here is SDK API level 27. Okay, so my min 22 should work. And I'm targeting to 33. So this, in theory, should already do the trick. Okay, so check Android API level of APK. Is there a way of inspecting my APK to see what it's targeting? Okay. So if I... And I think I need to do this under Windows. So, platforms, Android, app. I think it's under builds, right? Oh, wrong kind of shell. So it should be here. Nope, not yet. Not enough folders. Okay, here we go. Can I disable these stupid frickin' things? How can I disable these? Bottom left-hand corner. My god. From the sidebars, click system. Notifications and actions. Be nice if I could not get a freaking notification while I'm streaming. Ah, turn do not disturb. How? Start setting systems notifications. Do not disturb. How? Is there a do not disturb down here? It says do not disturb, but there's no do not disturb in that area. In fact, it shows it on the screen. Oh, under focus assist. What the hell? Priority only. But how can I just do it right now? Okay, well, let's hope that works. Let's hope that works. Let me just double check all this. All the chats are still working. It looks like it. All right, so it wants me to do something. This dump badging. Simply use dump badging. So if I do this, and I don't know if AAPT is available. Okay. AAPT not recognized. Is that part of the ADB installation or something? Okay, which path? Okay, where's the SDK folder? None of this is useful, guys. All right, I'm guessing it's in here somewhere. Under build tools. Maybe this one. So if I do this, droop, and then I'll say dump badging, and it's called that. Okay, what am I looking for? And maybe I'll write this down for later. What we're looking for? We're looking for grab something. No. Okay. And we're looking for grab version. So if we do this, and I don't think I have grep under Windows, do I? Grep. Nope. All right. Version. So SDK version, target SDK version 33. Okay. So I'm guessing one of the real, like, the best ways of doing it, or the only sort of guaranteed way of doing it would be to actually upload it to Google and let it sort of analyze it and tell me what's going on. Did I lose where I was? I'm not finding that window. I thought I was looking at it from here. Did I reuse that window? Nope. Nope. It's none of these windows. We were just looking at it. Where did it go? It's not here. It's not here. I'm not seeing it here. Is it in my history? Android details. I don't know. I must have closed these. Didn't really mean to do that. All right, so we were looking at this. Target must yada yada yada. Okay. You won't be able to release until, yeah. Now the question is it safe for me to upload the current version, which is kind of broken, just to get like their check on it? Sure, continue to make updates. The app must update your app to target Android 13, API level 33. So that's okay. Publish a new version of your app to production. Before you do this, you can test your app using internal, closed, or open testing. Okay. So I go to production. We have this version here, 1.31. And we're going to jump straight to 2.0. Clean slate it. Okay, so I think we are okay with the version that we're working towards. So what we really need is now get rid of all the file system related bugs. And I don't know if I can just exclude them or sort of leave them in, but work around them, you know what I mean? So for example, file storage, like these files are being included from here. File storage, yeah. So for example, we have file storage here. And I don't think, because I don't think this actually executes any code, right? And we have this file, and I think this doesn't execute any code either. So let's find out where this gets executed or called from. So this all goes back to app at line 273. Yeah, so we kind of want to find all of these and make sure they aren't all over the place, please. So, yeah, here's one. There's this stuff. List backups. So we probably want to convert also these to async syntax. Right? So it'll be like res equals await this stuff. And then with res yada yada yada, and we'll do a try. Yeah. Catch error. Like that. Alright, that goes here. These go one in. I think we're on the right level here. We'll do this in the catch. And then, yeah, the rest we're not using here. We'll do this and this. And then this stuff, I guess, we'll skip. So instead of doing all of this, right, we'll just add the preloaded puzzles. Except, yeah. Okay. Where else is this being called? App start and create backup. Well, let's restart this or rerun it. Yeah, so this stuff is going to be a bit tricky to debug because I don't know if this is a problem from this web version. So let's have a quick look at that. I'm trying to recall now which one I'm actually running here. So I think I'm running the browser platform. Oop, that's super tiny. Yeah, tester browser debug. So let's see. Cordova browser. And I think the sort of Cordova JS thing is an issue, and that's why I probably wasn't using this. Module already defined. Because this is obviously happening a lot. Now prepare browser build files again correctly. If running on browser, then running. The two above answers for a plugin error. So this is happening in Cordova JS and universallinks.js. Cordova.define universal links. But the question is, are these actually being called twice? Universal. Because I'm only seeing this once here. Whoops. And then Cordova. Cordova. We have Cordova plugins. Define Cordova plugin list. Cordova JS. Universal links, Cordova JS. Because I don't remember, because the Cordova JS file never made sense for me, and I think I might have just manually jammed that in there. So this might not be correct at all. So I can't really blame it for not working properly here. So let's have a look at if this Cordova.js file is an actual file that I've jammed in there, or if it's something that's magicked out of thin air by the browser execution engine. Yeah, so I'm wondering if this is just under platforms, browser, platform here. So we have Cordova JS, because if I can actually modify these files, maybe I can just log out where this thing is getting called twice, right? Because I don't think I'm getting a good stack trace here. It's just like, boom, at the top of the promise, whatever, right? And this is not even... It's not even inside the Cordova file. And then here in line 74, ID already defined, if modules. Like, I don't know if I can even do this, because it could be that this file doesn't really exist, you know what I mean? It'll just get regenerated if I overwrite it or something. But we can try it. Okay, so we're getting already defined. And the one it's looking at is the promise plugin. Module ES6 promise plugin. Do we really need this? ES6 promise plugin. I don't think we need this anymore. I think we can rely on promise implementations being available. I think that's something we can probably do. So let's see if this is just something we can remove. Unfortunately, how the plugins are actually managed is a little bit of a question mark as well. Okay, the ES6 promise plugin. Do we need this? Cordova promise plugin. Do we really need this? Like, the fewer plugins we have, the less we have to worry about it. Well, that's not super useful. Lacks the web view components on Cordova supported platforms lack support. Oh, plugin. Yeah, but this might be from like a million years ago. 6 years ago. Is this really still a useful thing? Because I wouldn't be surprised if nowadays Promises is just available on all platforms. Yeah, so I think we can just remove a plugin. So Cordova remove plugin. I do not recall the syntaxes and all that, so it's probably just plugin remove. Yeah, so this would be do we want to do this in the same folder? I think we can do this from here. From here. Yeah. Let's make it smaller. So Cordova plugin remove promise plugin. And this is the sort of cleanup stuff I need to do now to make sure what I'm building actually makes sense. It really is required. Now, the social sharing I am using. Well, problem is all of these could be crazy out of date because they were already old when I started using them 3 years ago, right? What's the latest version here? Tags 604. Okay, we're on the latest version. Does it really have that promise dependency? Promise manual on phone typing. So, is there a way of this required by Cordova plugin dependency? All right, well, having that in there doesn't do any harm, so maybe I can just leave it in there, but figure out why it's being added twice. Right. So, we're logging out the modules, but we're not logging out which modules are being added, right? So we'll say define ID factory and modules. So if I do this, and we'll just do this, right? Probably the factory we don't want to include because that's just a function. All right, here we go. So this one is immediately being added twice. If we do this a warning, if we make this into a warning, we should get stack traces, right? So why are these being defined twice? Universal links. So these stack traces are not super useful. So that gets included there, and then the second time it gets included in the same place. That doesn't make any sense. This does not make any sense. Well, this is supposedly being executed from the root file, according to this, I believe. So if we go to here, no, not root file. Wait a second. Sources, this. Universal links.js. Why is this highlighted here? This is not what this is. Debugger VM1427 universal links.js. Plugins. Cordova Universal. Deep links. Here we go. Universal links.js. Okay. But why is there another one? And what is this VM difference? Is there a browser debug version of this that I can run? Test browser debug. Cordova run browser debug. Yeah. This doesn't seem to help very much. Yeah, the problem is there's something wrong in my configuration, and I have no clue what, because I'm like just whacking in the commands of a million different things that disagree with each other and might be incorrect, and I don't fully understand how it's supposed to work, so it's very hard to kind of, like, I didn't write this from scratch, so I don't know why this is doubling up. And it seems to be doubling up on each one of the plugins that I have installed. So, Cordova browser defining every plugin twice. Is that a bug that, you know? The problem is I can't even search for something for Cordova because apparently nobody uses it. Everybody is using Ionic or something else that's wrapped around Cordova. So, man, I hate that. It's like, oh, this is too complicated. Let's not use it. And then the complicated thing becomes completely unusable because there's no documentation for it at all. All right, let's just search for that Cordova module already defined. Let's try to keep the whatchamacallem, the tabs down. But like, okay, so yeah, I see how that would fix it, but why? All right, I don't think I'm getting that error on the Android version, so I'm a bit worried that if I do this, it might break the other build targets. So basically what's happening is the plugin itself. So let's take the first one, the deep links, universal links. So we have deep links, universal links, right? That's not it. That is not it. But basically, it has this line where it runs the define, but then the define is also being sort of shoehorned in. But you see, this is like, the wrapping is sort of added. But what I don't understand is it's pointing at the same thing, right? And then saying the same thing is executed, but it's not executing twice. Unless Cordova.js is being executed twice. All right, let's put a debugger there. Debugger statement. And then maybe we can just step through it and see what happens, right? So it's here. And we just continue. We continue. So these are the sort of internal core stuff. It's only when my externally defined plugins like this one. So, and this wrapping here is done, you know, magically sort of thing. It's not there in the original files. So we kind of want to look at the build artifacts for this platform, which I believe are here. So if we look at this file, yeah, so it basically added this around it, which is fine. But then what I don't understand is why it's happening a second time. And then it changes this. Okay, wait. One other thing we can do is here is so.warn universal links.js top. So if I just have this line here, right, and then we'll get rid of the debugger again because it's just pauses execution so many times. So this line doesn't seem to get executed. Is it because of it's some sort of caching, isn't it? So this file comes from plugins, Cordova plugin, deep links, universal deep links. Cordova plugin, deep links. Second, let me make sure. So browser, platform, or does it go from here? Could be coming from here as well. So A top A. And then the other one will be top B. And let's see if we catch this one then. And man, it also duplicates everything. Okay, it's top B. All right, so we don't interfere with these files. I don't know. Maybe these files are being converted or something. All right, so it's executing this twice, but I don't know why. Like, it just has this VM thing in here. And here it doesn't have the VM thing. So where does this VM thing come from? Chrome, VM in DevTools. Chrome tools. What does the VM mean? What debugger protocol files? Like, why is it loading it twice? DevTools, loading resources twice. So, because I don't see the debugger resource here. Maybe I have some sort of debugger in plugin that looks into the stuff more. Oh man, this is so annoying. How can I figure out what's initiating this log line? Is this maybe a extension issue? So if I open an incognito window, it's still executing twice, which means it is still... Ah, but here I'm not getting VM. So this is plugins and this is also plugins. Huh? Universal. The file only appears once though. Is there something that executes the file twice? And why does it not show up in the stupid... No, here we go. This is back in the debugger protocol. Ah, man. All right. Chrome, DevTools, no stack trace. There must be a way of getting a proper stack trace. Ah, maybe I can print out my own, but I'm feeling it's not going to give me the same thing. So if I do a console trace here, after the warn, what does that look like? It just unfolds this. I don't even know what to search for. DevTools, JavaScript, executed twice. And twice from debugger protocol. Like, there shouldn't be any extensions running. There might be some extensions that are running in whatchamacallit, this mode. But there shouldn't be. You know what? I can also run this in a different browser where I don't have the same extensions and see if that changes something. All right. After unreachable code after yada yada yada. So maybe this... wait. Top B. And here it's a second time. Why? So it's still doing it twice. Okay, and then the second time? At least here it's showing it to come from the same file. But I don't know. Why is it running this file twice? God damn it. And in the network tab, it doesn't show it loading twice, I'm pretty sure. No, it is. It is. It is. Okay. All right. All right. Maybe we can find out where from. Still says the same thing. But at least we can kind of see roughly where it might come from. So under Cordova.js, let's close these for a sec here. Let's close these. All right. Under Cordova.js, my God, it's all over the place here. Inject script under 13.14. Inject script. Okay. Am I looking at the right file? Maybe. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Inject script. Inject script. Universal links. Okay. And they're being injected twice. Why? Why? All right, here I'm not getting a stack trace on the inject script, but maybe here I would. Ooh, okay, inject if necessary. So it's getting injected twice. Let's see if we can find a spot a difference here. They seem to be coming from the same spot. 1597. Okay, that's not useful. 1595. Require Cordova init. Alright, require Cordova init. Exports.load. Inject if necessary. Okay, so 1323. Inject script. Inject if necessary. Well. Alright, let's see where that's coming from. Inject if necessary. And we want to look early here. Inject if necessary. Handle plugins object. Load. Now the second time inject if necessary. And it could be that, you know, and that the only reason I'm chasing after this is because it could be a configuration snafu that I should fix, you know. Build, require, anonymous, set timeouts, experts load. Like these numbers are the same, which implies to me that it's not going to be very helpful because it's just going to tell me, hey, you know, it's not going to answer the question of why it's doing something twice, right? Build modules. Build modules. ID. Yeah, require. So if I go to line 2052. All right. Require Cordova. Fine. Plugin list. Cordova plugins.js. Okay. Require Cordova channel. Inject if necessary. What I don't know is yet where this is being executed from. Maybe I should be looking at that. Plugin list plus path. Inject if necessary. Plugin list. Path prefix. 1320. So inject if necessary here. ID. URL. So this part, this is the ID, right? And then this should be the URL. So, but we have this here. Path prefix Cordova plugins. All right. But why is this happening twice? So here's one. And this is line 1405. Okay. And then the other one. Inject if necessary. Inject if necessary. Wait a second. So Cordova plugin list is this one, and then inject script. is this one. Okay, that's the first one. And then we're hitting a require plugin list. So it's injecting plugin list because it's necessary somehow. Tries to load all plugins JS model. This is an async process, but on device ready is blocked on plugins ready. So just try it when there are no plugins to load and they're all done. Okay, so it's injecting the plugins here. And then it's just loading the plugins anyways, separately elsewhere. $14.06. So it's... What? It's running it twice? Require plugin list. Universal links, inject if necessary, yada yada yada. It's... Okay, so I don't see me doing something wrong here, but I feel like this is hard-coded, and then I'm wondering if the require this call is happening separately elsewhere. Require ID, which comes from resultant ID, which comes from 1406, which is this one. But the inject if necessary already seems to result eventually in a require. Let's have a look at this plugin list thing. Cordova plugins. Yeah. I hate this because it's so opaque. This is not documented. It's not even not well documented. It's just not documented. It's just gibberish. If anybody thinks this is a documentation. Okay, so we have this here. Do we just have it in here twice? Holy moly, I thought I fixed this already. Why is this in here twice? Man, I remember working on this before. Plugins. What the hell, man? I'm wondering if I can do a build, and then maybe it'll rebuild this thing. So let's go into this. We have Android. We have build Android. We have test browser debug, run, watch, prepare, debug. Run, watch, prepare, debug, browser. What if I do Cordova build browser debug? Let's see where that takes us. Maybe it'll clean up these files. So if I now go back to here with browser platform, Cordova plugins, and they're in here twice. Okay. Well, let's Google for that. Cordova plugins duplicated. Because if I manually remove them and it just puts them in twice again, I'd like to figure out exactly what it's what the kind of process is that creates the second set of these. Because this Cordova plugins.js is something it generates. And if I fix it, I think it'll just override it again and add it again a second time. Let's find out where the plugins come from then. It could also be that the plugins get added like for each platform or something like that. Browser plugin. Yeah, this is all wrong. I don't know if I'm supposed to fix that. Well, it's different here. Maybe that's the problem? It could be. I mean, the browser platform is... And that's another problem, is it's so hard to freaking test this properly, because the browser platform I'm obviously not deploying on. But but it's basically impossible to like just smoothly test on like an Android build or whatever. It would hugely slow me down. I mean, maybe this is the sort of thing that could cause that duplication. Are these matching up now? There's a different number of things happening over here. Deep links, custom URL scheme. I mean, this probably doesn't work in the browser thing anyways. Is this... I think I could just overwrite this like that. And then we can do Electron. And I think Electron should also be the same. I mean, that doesn't make sense on Electron, but I don't think it'll harm it. Oh yeah, there it was also IO hello whatever. And fetch JSON. What is that? Fetch JSON. Is that a platform? Okay. Well, I think that made those changes. I don't know if it'll fix anything, because I don't know if that was the problem. Okay. Let's have a look at the plugin thing. See if it's still duplicated. So platform, Cordova plugins, still duplicated. All right, let's remove browser and then add it again. Cordova platform, remove browser. And then we should be able to just add it back in. Hopefully. And normally I would back it up, but because it's not a platform I'm actually deploying against, it shouldn't have anything of import in there. Okay. And then platform add browser. To be honest, I normally just serve the files directly, but it doesn't really help me debugging Cordova issues. And I was hoping that the browser platform is something I can use to debug Cordova issues, as it will run in the plugins and include certain things. All right, so now we should be able to run the browser platform again. And we should be able to run this here. And nothing. Nothing. Okay. Now I broke it completely. Why is it stopping here? I don't want any breakpoints. Okay. All right. Wait. All right. Did that just fix it now? That would be nice. I mean, sadly, it's not really solving an actual problem, but it could, you know, this could be related to other problems I've been having. So who knows, right? Ah, no more duplication. All right. So it just got confused, I suppose. Exec proxy not found. Now that's the sort of thing that I can't really fix because that's just not available on the 7.7 second. But I think that was just because of the what's the word? The breakpoint, right? All right. So let's go back to the Android version. See if we can do another Android build. Yeah, I'll just do Android, run, Android. Oh man, there's so many things in here. Ah, build Android debug. And that, I wish I could force it to keep the screen on. I mean, I guess I could configure it for that. Might make sense on the test device, actually. If I say sleep... Yeah, the longest I can do is 30 minutes. But 30 minutes is actually fair for a test device. Okay. So that should do the Android build. Let's hope that still works. In the meantime, let's clean up our browser mess here. Okay. Any moment now. Okay. And now I got a script here that should uninstall it from the phone, reinstall it, and then start it up. And then I should be able to go here. Maybe not. Be able to go here. Maybe. Maybe. One thing I'm not able to do right now is to get a log from the beginning of the application starting up. I wish I could have it first connect and then start it up somehow. Error connection refused. Fav icon. All right, never mind that. But we're not getting a whole bunch of errors, which is good, I think. All right. The fav icon stuff is like, what the hell, you know? What is trying to load the fav icon? What's the initiator here? Other. Oh, that's not useful at all. Not even slightly. Can I find out about that? Cordova fav icon connection refused. Why is it even trying to load a fav icon? Maybe it's something I have in the HTML. All right. Okay, so it's maybe just delay related. Fine, fair enough. It's just weird that it's doing this so many times. Like, why? Man, it really gives you no information. DevTools, initiator, other. Who thought this was useful? Redirected from where? Bullshit. There's no redirection here. There's no other request that it could be redirecting from. Alright, it could be that we have a link rel in here somewhere. So if I go here, and we're searching for fav icon. But I'm pretty sure I don't even use favicon.ic on the website, let alone in here. Yeah, this is not the issue. Ah, this is so annoying. None of these tools are doing their jobs. DevTools should tell me what's causing this. Cordova documentation should say, or shouldn't be requesting this file in the first place. Like, it has an icon and it's not done through fav icon. There's no server. What the hell is this supposed to have to do with Cordova? Alright, this doesn't mention Cordova, that's the problem. Thanks, Google, for giving me a completely irrelevant result as usual. Yeah. Widescreen display sensor. I don't actually have that problem. I mean, the app needs to kind of start up the browser engine and stuff, so I can imagine that it has some sort of startup time. All right, well, that's not really a big deal right now. I'm very happy to see that there aren't a lot of other errors, actually. Because that's kind of the main concern I was having. So I think we're back to kind of just fixing and squashing bugs and stuff. All right, yeah. So this is running on device, and we have these weird favicon errors, but and it keeps doing them. Is it doing them every time? Oh yeah, we'll need to look into this. Every time I'm changing the thing, is this something the browser engine is doing? What if there's a favicon? What if I add the file? I mean, it'll just keep loading it internally, but it might not do any harm. I mean, we do have... I probably have a favicon I can use somewhere. There we go. I can just throw that in there, right? So it would be under dub right here. If I put that here, right? Okay, and then we refresh. Wait, it's not getting it. Oh, wow. I'm an idiot. That's on the phone. All right. I got confused for a second because it said localhost instead of like localhost on a specific port. But obviously, this is a build that we've pushed, an APK that we've built and pushed. Hey Shiva, how you doing? All right, let's just play through a puzzle, see if it passes that basic test. It's a little laggy because it's obviously remoting into the phone, and the phone itself is super slow. But oh my god, it's so slow. No, wait, let me see. Yeah, even on the phone it's slow. Holy crap, is that just... I don't know if it's because it's a debug build, or if it's because of this debug connection. Well, let's get through it. See if there's any kind of weirdness happening, maybe towards the end of playing a session, of playing a game, or something like that. Yeah, this is going to encourage me to play with as few clicks as possible. Let's see, there's a 1 here. There's a 1 here, and there's a 1 here. Alright, 3s, there's a 3 here. There's a 3 here. There's a 3 here. And then these two should have 2, 5, or 8 in them. No 5. So the 5 has to be here. No 5 here. And no 5 here. And then these two would be 6 and 9. And they're resolved. Alright. These 3 are 4, 7, 8. I said 4. No 8 in the middle. And these 3 are 2, 5, and 6. No 5 here. No 2 here. No 6 here. Alright. Let's have a quick review of the 2s. Okay, not too much. What about 4s? I've seen a couple of these guys sitting around. Nope. 5s. 5 over here. 5. Don't see it. 6s. There's 1 here. There's 1 here. Push the 1 over. And a 6 here. And a 6 here. Makes this a 5. This a 2. This is a 6. And I think that sorts out all the 2s. Do we have the feature with the marking the solved? Yeah. I think that feature, that setting is available. Oh, okay. That doesn't render on the screen here. It renders on the phone, but not on this remote view. All right. So now we can, well, almost see if it's... We're sort of seeing if it's finished or not. Mostly. 2s. I think I saw a 2 come in there before. 2 here. 2 here. Okay. 6s, I think, yeah. 6s we've sorted. 7s were next. So 7 here or here. Here or here. Here or here. You know what? I'm going to fill in these 4. I think that could come in handy. Maybe not. Oh, nope. 7. My god, this latency is terrible. Alright, have a quick look at 9s. There's a 9 here. Good to know. That means there's a 9 here. What else do we know about 9s? There's a 9 here or here. 9 up here. 8s we didn't look at yet. But we don't have a lot of 8s sitting around. In fact, very few 8s sitting around at all. Ooh, these are 2, 7, 8. There's no 2 here. Okay, that's interesting. 4, 7, 8 over here. No 8 down here. Things are sort of filling out. There's a lot of rows and columns with only 3 left. 7, 8, 9. Okay. That's 4. So 4, 7, 8, 9. And no 7 or 9 here. And no 7 here. Alright. 4 in this row. 2, 5, 7, 8. It's interesting that the number of times I've played these built-in puzzles now, and I still don't just know the solution, which is kind of... I mean, I know there's something going on with the 7s and things, but that's in the hints, right? That's not like me remembering from a previous solve. So either my memory is really rubbish, or there's something that's a little bit clever about these puzzles that makes it hard for my brain to just memorize the solution, basically. 2s. Oh yeah, 2s are up here. Fair enough. I think this has got to be a 2, 7, 8, yeah. We look in the column. So now we have a 2, 7, 8 here. So this is a pair. I guess it's 1, 9. Which means this has got to be 2, 4, 8. We have 4s here in the middle. 2, 8, 2, 7. 5's over here. And I think there's something with the 7s and the 8s bouncing around here. Probably with this one as a key element. Alright, let's have a look. Where are 1s? Got a pair of 1s here, pair of 1s here. Okay. 2s. Got 2s here. 2s in the diagonal. 2s down here. Okay. And then 2s here. And over here. Alright. 3s. There's a 3 up here. And down here. Okay. 4s. 4 up here. 4 here. Not particularly limited, to be honest. Except maybe here. We know there's a 4 here or here. Alright. Also not super useful. 5s. Here or here. I guess I can mark that. But I don't think this is something we're going to be needing. 5 up here. Alright. 6 I think is... Yeah, 6s we've finished. 7s. 7s. There's here or here. Here or here. And this is just wherever. Alright. 8s. 8s. Okay. Alright, so there's something connecting these. So if this is a 7, 8, yada yada, it doesn't go here. Or is it maybe this one? This is a 2. This is an 8. This is a 4. That's a 2. If this is a 2, that's a 2. Alright, let's fill in these 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That can't be a 3 or 4. Must be this one, right? If this is a 7, that's a 2, that's an 8. That can't be an 8. If this is an 8, that also... So this can never be an 8, right? If this is an 8, it makes this a 7, that's a 2, and this is also a 2. Yeah, so this can never be an 8. So now with the 8s are over here. And I think the other way around, it's kind of the same thing, right? So if this is a 7, that's a 2, that's an 8. If this is a 7, that's an 8. There's an 8 up here. If this is a 8... This is an 8. There can't be an 8 here. Wait. What am I saying? There's an 8 here. That's the 8. If this is a 2, that's the 8. This is an 8. That's a 2. That's a 7. If that's a 2... Wait. If this is a 2, that's an 8. That's a 2 or 7. If this is a 2, that's a 2. If this is a 7... Okay, I'm gonna look at the hint. It's hurting my brain. For completing half the puzzle, consider 7s around the outside of the puzzle. Alright, so 7, 7. I'm just gonna color all the 7s. 7, 7. 7, 7. 7, 7. 7, 7, 7. 7. I probably should have stuck with just the outside of the puzzle. Alright. So if there's a 7 here, we got a 7 here. If there's a 7 here, we got a 7 here. If this is a 7, that's a 7. If this is a 7... If this is a 7, that's a 7, that's a 7. If this is a 7, that's a 7, that's a 7. If this is a 7... No, sorry. If this is the 7, right, then this is a 7, and this is not a 7. And this is a 7, right, if this is the 7. If this, on the other hand, is the 7, then this is the 7, which means no matter which one of these two is 7, this one can never be a 7. So we can take the 7 out of there, we can ungreenify it. And I think we can do the same thing a couple more times. Like this has got to be the orange 7, right? And so that can't be a 7. Like if this is a 7, that means 7 here. So if this was a 7, then one of these would be a 7, that would be a 7, that would be a 7. And that couldn't be a 7. But if instead of this was the 7, this was the 7, that could be a 7. Wait, no. If this is a 7, got a 7's here, got a 7 here, got a 7 here, we got a 7 here. This can't be a 7 because this is a 7, so we got a 7 here. And then, yeah, can't be. So this can't be a 7. So that's not green. Do we have a similar problem with this one? If this is a 7, go here, go here, go here, go here, and then yeah, so this can't be a 7 either. We're kind of just eliminating options for 7s around the outside here. This one I'm not so sure, because if it's this one, if it's this one, it's this one. It's this one, this one, this one. That seems plausible. Yeah, so this one works. This one, I think it'll work the same way, right? I'm just marking which cells would be 7s around the outside, and this one. All right. So these would be purple. These would be orange. Purple. This one in the middle is the one that I'm confused about, because it doesn't affect these. So I'm not sure if this is relevant at all. Over here, the 7s can only be here, because this one takes it out of the middle, right? So if this is a 7, then that's a 7, then that's a 7, then that's a 7, that's a 7, that's a 7, and that's a 7. Okay, so this can't be a 7. All right, and that, I think that was the one we're really looking for, because it does a bunch of other things around the board. It's not green now. Right, that one's not 8. That one is not 7. That's not 7. That's 5. 4. Not 4. That's a 7 now. That makes this a 4. 3. 5. Not a 4. 8. Not a 3. 7. 4 and 3. And that's a 2. And that sorts out, I think, the rest of the board. If this sluggishness catches up. I wonder if there's something I can do to speed this up. I don't know if it's related to it being a debug build or just it going through the USB connection. I mean, that should be fast. Maybe because the image is large. I don't know. That could be a thing. Right, that's a 1. Because it can't 9. Because it can't be the 1. It resolves these guys. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Back to listing. All right, so far so good. So let's try importing of a link. So let's try the today's daily Sudoku from the Discord. There are 2. No, so I would post 2. So if there's a case when I said a guess, the original version of the puzzle was a bit much and nerfed it a bit to some good. It's a challenge. All right, so let's try the gas because I'm not very good at puzzles. All right, so if we go here and we'll get this link, no, not image, copy link address, then we should be able to go here, import puzzle. Uh-oh. Please tell me the clipboard works. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can I not just put that in here? Can I do this? And then do input stress global variable, and then do temp1 dot value equals ABC. Is that working? Yes. Okay, and then import. Yes. Okay, and no errors and such. That's good. That's good. Okay. I mean, it looks all nice and good. The problem is the devil's in the details, so it needs a bunch of testing and such. But what I might try to do now is I might actually put a build up into a test track on the Google App Store setup, because that stuff is really tricky as well. So I need to practice that as well. So it's not just getting the app running, it's also remembering how the whole freaking release pipeline works. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So this should be only 1 degree of freedom, I guess. 9, 8. I did this one wrong. This would be like that. And this would be like that. This would be, no, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, still got it wrong. Doubly wrong. So that should be 3, 4. That should be 2, 3. And that should be 1, 2. Now, because that can only be a 4, we're losing our degree of freedom in the upwards direction. And over here, we're losing it in the downwards direction. All right. And these, I think, have 3 degrees of freedom. But those are probably eaten up by the digits already in the board now. All right, 6, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Now this can only be a 9. This can't be a 3. All right, here we still have degrees of freedom. This can't be a 2, which means that can't be a 3, can't be a 4, can't be a 5, can't be a 6, can't be a 7. All right, and the 7 can only be here and here. And I'm just seeing on the left side, I actually have a 7, 8, 9 triple, like this. And then down here, ones. I think this is the only place where the 1 can go. Ah, that's different from this setup, actually. Interesting. 9. So there's a 2, 3, 8, 9 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. All right. That. Seven. 7 through the middle. Down this way. Cross here. 9. This can't be a 9, so the 9 is over here on the left side. 2s are at the top here. So that can't be a 2. Okay. And I think 3s are up here as well. There's no 3s in here on the left side. Alright. So that's just gotta be a 2, 3. Okie dokie. 8, 9. 7s have been interesting so far. If this was a 7, that would be an 8, that would be a 9. That doesn't work. So that's got to be the 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So now we're down to 2 degrees of freedom on this one. And I'm guessing most of the time those degrees are already gone. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. No. I guess I was wrong. 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, no 9. So no 9 here, no 8 here. This has got to be a 6, 7, 8, 2, 1, 3 or 5. That's a 3, which means that's our 2 up here. This has got to be a 7. And then the 7 is resolved in the left column. And the other 2 as well. Oh, it's really hard to play with this weird lag and latency. Like, I click and then, and I click and, it eventually gets there. Oh my. It's... I wish I could make you feel how bad it feels. Oh, it feels terrible. I need to look into seeing if I can improve that, because I don't remember it being this bad. I mean, maybe it's better on my other phone. On the high performance device. Alright. That's not the 3. So that's a 1, I guess. And then these 2 are 4 and 6. Alrighty, so 4, 6. So that's the only place for an 8. 9, 8, 7. No, 6 could be here. 5s are here. That's a 9 now. That can't be a 9. 5's over here. 1, 2, 3. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't be a 9. So 8. I think it's forced now. And then this would be 6. Yeah, I guess so. Alright. And that's 8, 9. And then 4, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. And this is 1, 2, 3. With a 3 over here. 2 and 1. And this is 4, 6. Which are resolved. And these are 2 and 5. And 5. And 8. 4, 5. That's 6 and 9. So 9 here, 6 here. And finally, I guess we'll just fill in the rows across like this. 5, 6, 6, 1, 5. That puts the 1 in here, not out in here, 2 in here. And then here we have 2 and 4. Now we're missing a 3 and a 7 and an 8 and 9. And that resolves the 8 and 9s above as well. Here we go. Oh, that latency. Okay. What's the time? 7:20. I don't know. I don't even know what we're competing on here. All right, so if I now go back to the listing, we have these here. I can go back here. All right, so now let's do another build and see if that sorts out the favicon issue. So I should be able to do a build here. All right, so actually we resolved a whole bunch of things, so that's done. That's done by just commenting out the backup storage stuff. That's done. Okay. Yeah, my checklist writing is pretty shitty. I'll freely admit that. All right, build is successful. Let's see if the in-place update of the APK works. It's doing a streamed install. I think that means we have to open a new thing, and I think that doesn't do it. It takes a while to update. Yeah, now it just updated. All right. So we can close this one, and we can close this one. And here we go. Oh, and the favicon warnings are gone. And the puzzles should still be there. They're not. But I think that's because I'm doing a full uninstall and like if it's an in-place update on Android, it should keep the puzzles. Ooh, I'm getting a cramp. Ow, 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 ow. Am I getting a cramp? Ouchies. All right. I have a really bad cramp suddenly in my thigh. Ew, that hurts. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the all given fog puzzle issue. I think this came up because of the video Simon posted recently of Nala's fog puzzle, which I haven't even done because I played the puzzle ages ago when she first asked me for help with setting it. So let's see if we grab this and then go here. Close your eyes if you don't want to be spoiled. And we'll do this, and then we'll go back here. Go here. Go here. Still wish I could just paste directly here. Why did it go? Oh, that's interesting because it popped up the keyboard. Interesting. All right. No, give me the input. Come on. Don't make me dig for it. And then we'll do temp1.value equals this. And import. Yep. Oh. Ooh. Okay. So the fog works here, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work in the preview. Ooh, okay. That's definitely an issue. Fog puzzle, fog not shown in thumbnail. Although I think that might be a relatively easy fix because I believe it's just not including some styles that the fog uses because the thumbnailer is basically out of date. And I think I've fixed that elsewhere recently. Although it does have these here. It could be the timing. All right, let's have a quick. Yeah, and I think I'm looking at the wrong version of the file. Gotta be careful here. So we've got our thumbnailer. We want to find in here. Somebody sent you this puzzle. So we have this dialogue, right? And this dialogue includes the thumbnail. And at this point, we should know about the fog. Now, if I save and play it, right? We have the fog here. If I go back out here, it's still without the fog. Now, this stuff I've updated recently. So let's have a quick look at what I did with the endless puzzles feature, which is kind of the first time I've actually done thumbnails within the web app. And I've kind of cleaned up a bunch of things here and kind of used the latest technology and knowledge for these things. So if I do this here, it should include everything. Now it's also missing something else, but you know, for now, let's just have a look-see at this. Okay. No. Hmm. Now, one of the problems I have is I think this... Ah, no, this is the SVG. All right. So the question is, why is the fog not shown? Because it doesn't contain the fog data? Like it's a timing issue. So it could be, for example, that it gets loaded at a different time. Or is it a styling issue that it just doesn't have the right styles present? So let's have a look at this. Yeah, I'm not seeing the fog in here at all. Now, when we're playing it, right, and we look at this, we should have a fog layer here. And definitions and all sorts of things. So when it's generating the thumbnail, maybe the fog feature isn't activated yet. Or maybe we have to wait for... The fog feature is waiting for some information before it allows the rendering of the puzzle or something like that. Either way, I need to kind of have the fog feature let me know when it's kicking in, just in terms of kind of when is this being captured, right? So for example, timing wise, we can say here it's where it's loading the puzzle, rendering the cells, right? And I really should homogenize the whole thumbnail system because I have like 3 different implementations now. I have one in the API, I have one here, this old one for the app, and now the new one that I've built. And I probably should be using the new one. But I also don't want to change too much and break too many things. So let's just start from here. So let's start from here. Serialize to string SVG content. Okay. So console dot warn thumbnailer puzzle to SVG. And right now I'm not actually even looking at output. Well, I can output the SVG content, I suppose. I could look into it. I mean, I know the fog stuff isn't there, but it's more like I just want to have a marker logged out, and now I'm going to log out something in the fog feature, which should be here now. Feature fog, right? And let's see how this gets initialized. So let's do this. Feature dash fog, arrow init fog. So this is where the fog gets initialized, and this gets squished in. And I'm guessing this is happening too late. Now init fog is okay, and then we have render fog. And I'm thinking these are being triggered in response to something, right? Because it's supposed to not... like, one of the things the feature had to do, it had to delay the puzzle to know if it's actually a fog puzzle, delay any rendering, so it doesn't... because the first time I implemented it, it would actually flash the unfogged puzzle for a moment, right? And this whole attach element thing might happen too late as well. So we probably want to learn about that too when that happens, right? All right, let's refresh. So Console. So all of this has already happened. Oh, but we probably want to filter this. So it's not trying to run all of these puzzles. And we probably should do this just where it's loading the puzzles, right? So we have get puzzles here somewhere. So we should be able to do... Not you. In here. My god. Alright, this is not going to be useful. App.local data. So we have local data, puzzles. Boom. Return dot slice 0. So if I do this, and we probably don't just want 0, 1, we want slice -1. That should just give us one puzzle, right? Boom. Yeah, but the wrong one. Is that gonna do it? Yes. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Right. So what happens? Initializes the fog. Basically decides there's no fog because at that point there's no puzzle with fog. And then it doesn't change. It never changed. Okay, so the fog feature. Okay, so I need to really do the work there because the fog feature simply. So probably if I refresh while the puzzle is open. In fact, okay, yeah, it does render the fog in then. And let's find out what actually causes it to render the fog in. So we have handle update fog, render fog, handle update fog, handle update fog. So we have a start loaded, progress loaded type situation going on here. All right, and I'm guessing these events aren't running. Aren't running in response to the thumbnailer. I'm guessing that's what's happening, right? Puzzle.on start. Right. We don't have loaded, and progress loaded. So some of these aren't executing as expected in response to the thumbnailer loading in the puzzle. And this should actually tell us immediately, more or less, hopefully, unless I forgot something. Why is it getting 2 now? All right, doesn't matter. We can handle 2. So attach and render fog. Thumbnailer. Sure. So the thumbnailer loads it, but doesn't trigger the event. Thumbnailer. Replay playing true. Puzzle app. Convert puzzle. Load puzzle. Load puzzle. Skip to progress. Is puzzle page skip? Conflict checks true. Render cells. So if I do console.warn thumbnailer after load puzzle. I'm guessing I'm circumventing the actual events deliberately here. Thumbnailer SVG element. That's down here. Thumbnailer. How is it bypassing this? How is it bypassing this? Or maybe I refreshed before it updated the files. So let's see what we got. After load puzzle. So we should trigger, either we trigger the event or we manually check for the fog. We could trigger progress loaded as well. So we could say We should probably do that. If skip progress. Load puzzle, skip progress. Deserialize state. So then it's just pulling in the, so it doesn't, wait a second, skip progress. Skip progress. Load puzzle, skip progress. Skip progress was false. Load puzzle. Load puzzle, puzzle state. Okay, that's a setting. So we're not actually loading the progress in, we're just skipping to the end of it. Alright, alright, alright. So either way, we actually want to trigger this, right? So we want to do puzzle app dot puzzle dot trigger puzzle loaded. Now the problem is it might not trigger quickly enough because it might be async. Puzzle loaded. I'm still curious why it's actually trying to load in two at the same time. Maybe because I put two there? Maybe. Who knows? No, apparently not. What the hell? Nope, nope, nope. Can I just type? Jesus. And that should have an S on it. Alright, and that should be that. And then the second round will be this. Okay, it takes a while for the server to refresh. Okay, what do we got? 371, 371, 1. Okay. Alright, that's working. I don't know why it didn't work a second ago. Jeez. Alright. So now, on progress loaded, after load puzzle, trigger progress loaded. And we're triggering it on puzzle. Progress loaded. Trigger progress loaded. Yada, yada, yada. Let's not output this whole thing. It's just spammy. After load puzzle. Trigger progress loaded. I'm guessing that will happen here somewhere. And I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. All right. So it's getting triggered here. It's getting accepted here. But it doesn't do anything with it. Why? Okay. Oh, because we're under replay playing. So we need to kind of step out of replay playing super fast quicker mode for a moment. The problem is this feels like it's very custom for the fog feature without just checking if it's fog and then running the fog feature. So I don't know if I should custom handle fog here or just quickly fire off these events before we move on. And in fact, here it won't even show yet because I think it hadn't updated yet. Trigger, progress loaded, puzzle on progress loaded, replay playing true. Right. So replay playing is, we are in replay playing mode somewhere here. Are we getting out of, we're getting out of it here. So what if we get out of it a little earlier, such as after render cells, and then we can do this over here. No. Just get rid of that big R, big ass R. Trigger, progress loaded. Puzzle on, progress loaded. Handle update fog. False. Render fog, init fog. And then, does this SVG have fog in it? It does. But the thumbnail isn't fogged. So, can I open this? And see if the fog SVG data is in here. It is. We have the layer here. We're obviously missing the actual fog. So the fog layer is here, but this doesn't get put in yet. All right, so what's the mechanic here? Render fog. So let's go back here. If I go back here, render fog, init fog. So we're hitting render fog, we're hitting init fog. Let's see if the fog light data, I mean, I assume it's here. Like we have that. Init fog should already fill this in. It shouldn't just generate an empty group. How does the group end up empty? Because that's a little odd, actually. How does this one end up empty? And where are the defs? Are they getting stripped, perhaps? So the problem is, I think, at this point, the problem is by showing it like this, it's an interactive object, so it can get updated after the fact. And what I'm seeing here doesn't represent the actual data at the time when I'm logging it, which is so annoying. Should be able to improve that on that here, though. Nope. All right, here we go. So, racked stroke. Yeah, so we don't have the fog stuff here. Why not? Why the hell not? SVG element. So we're just... So the S... Because we're capturing it before we're rendering the fog. Obviously we need to capture it after the fact. Otherwise, it won't be in there. Alright. Hopefully mystery solved. Nope. Unless it's just a refresh thing. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Alright, that's just an error in my debugging code. Alright. Okay, so it's rendering the fog, but it doesn't have the correct styles for the fog. And I think the problem is that it fetches these because they're being injected dynamically at the time, aren't they? Mask white, mask blood. Puzzle fog. So if we go here on this picture, do this, and then see how the fog is actually colored in. So forget the arrows, puzzle fog, right? So the fog here is, we have this mask thing here. Fog, mask black, mask white. Puzzle fog, mask fog. A whole bunch of fogging. Let's do one. That's for animations. Puzzle fog shape. That's for the edging. Where is the coloring? Puzzle mask. These are just the masks, right? The fog shape. This is the thing. And this is supposed to be the thing with the color. So let's go in there. And review how it's supposed to be, right? Where does the gray come from? And it's not trivial because of all the masking, and it's grown surprisingly complex in the end. Which wasn't the intention, but it is what it is. Is it from this? Is this this fill here? Maybe. So where's this fill? So it's on not this, but on not this, on this. And I'm not seeing the style at all here. So what I'm suspecting is this style, puzzle fog dash fog, is not being captured by this style grabbing regular expression. So if we do this, puzzle, and is this before or after dash? Puzzle fog, puzzle, choop, puzzle fog. Right. Maybe? Maybe after a refresh? Nope. Puzzle fog. Puzzle fog. Let's see. The CSS is getting grabbed by this. What if we do styles here? I have a suspicion this might be too big. It might be like 60k of stuff. So it might not be something I want to log out. It might not be useful to do so. Make this smaller so I don't have to scroll all the time. Zip. Style sheets are not defined. Well, get SVG template. SVG template, documented style sheets. Documented style sheets. And I'm looking at the console down here. Are you refreshing it? I don't know if it refreshed it, so I have to refresh again. Okay. So these are all the style sheets it grabs. And I'm guessing it's not grabbing puzzle fog. No, it is. It is grabbing it right there. All right. So, what seems to be the problem, officer? So we have this puzzle fog.fog, and it has a gray fill. And somehow, still nothing. Display none. Fill red. What? Ah, shoot. So the elements are hidden through the mask, but the fog itself is not getting displayed properly, and I don't know exactly why. Get rid of the mask. Then we get it. The weird thing is, the mask does work. Fog, light, yeah. So, the mask, the fog mask is working. The light mask isn't for some reason. So we do fog here. Yeah, it works within there. So the light mask somehow isn't working in the thumbnail. I mean, it's right here. Puzzle fog mask light. Is there some other CSS styling that's interfering and missing? And it's very, very possible. So if we look at the light mask here, it has mask white written here. Is this? It's not prefixed properly. So the thumbnail can't grab this because it's not prefixed well. And I don't know if it'll grab this one either, to be honest. Man, I really need to improve all of that. Puzzle fog, mask, right. I mean, we can obviously do this. And it might even make sense to push it back into the whole into the main release, right? Mask dash white, black, mask light, mask fog, mask white, it's black. And I don't know if this is also affected by that. I think it's just pulling in all the root stuff. Okay. I'm just gonna refresh again because I don't want to have to guess. Yes! I think that's it. Sweet! Alright. And maybe instead of puzzle fog, we'll just call it fog. I think I called it puzzle fog because I had this. But maybe we can rejigger that a little bit. So fog, puzzle fog dash fog. It's an ID here though. And there it's a class. Oh my god, it's both. Oh, this is so inconsistent. We basically need to clean that up. And I'm not even sure if I want to do it in here rather than doing it over here. Then I don't have to go back and forth as often. It might keep me saner. So we go here, puzzle fog, and start cleaning these up. And reduce the number of styles and classes and whatnots we need. I think that is gonna be useful. We have puzzle fog, we have all these long IDs and names. Let's call it fog edge instead of puzzle fog edge. Puzzle fog fog, puzzle fog diffs. Puzzle fog diffs. Puzzle fog diffs. Puzzle fog diffs. Puzzle fog. So for now, I'm just going to change all the puzzle fog dash stuff to just fog dash. I think the only reason I put puzzle fog in is because I ended up with fog dash fog and I didn't like that. But it's probably whatever it is, and I can always change that one item, not everything else, which doesn't make any sense. So for now, we're just gonna change all of these. All right, see if it still works. We probably should go to this puzzle, the Nala one, so we can actually see fog. I forgot that I need a fog puzzle to test fog. All right, let's get rid of my solution. Okay, let's look at the mask naming. So we have mask white and mask black. Fog mask white. So I'm just going to do this fog dash mask dash white. Just so it's properly prefixed and we don't have issues with this down the line. Line mask dash. Fog mask black. Fog mask fog. Fog white. Fog mask black. White. Fog mask black. Fog mask fog. Fog mask light. Fog mask fog. Alright, and this is either 3 or 6, I believe. Nope. Let's switch on fog animations. On. I think it still works. Okay, so now I think these are all named. Now the fog, you know. maybe we can avoid this. Fog. Fog. Maybe we can call it fog. And there's an ID and a class as well. God damn it. Fog. Cover. At least for the class. Fog cover. Let's do the other one, fog cover as well, and then see if we can get rid of the class. Fog cover. I think that should still work. Instead of the fog cover class, can't we just do... If we take the class away from this, and then change this to hash fog cover like that, still works, huh? I guess that's acceptable. So, if we go back to here, we should only have these sort of like very strict refactor renaming changes, which means we should be able to just copy these over to here, right? Over to here, overwriting that file. And now let's see if that refreshes the watches correctly. Okay, and then we should probably get rid of the puzzle fog prefixing here. And then the fog of war we're just gonna get rid of as well. So I don't think that's actually made it. I don't think that ever made it into production. And now we have this, and we have it like this. All right, I'm kind of happy with that. We're gonna do a minor version bump. No, not even a minor, a patch. Because it's not a fix, so I'm gonna do minor version bumps. npm bump minor. npm, whoops, run. And I think I do want to do a final update, although I'm not sure if I want to bring the endless puzzles feature in. So I have to see kind of, I need to clip out some features from the, because they just don't make sense in the app right now. And they're not even released to production yet, so refactor block style names. Right? That, and that. All these versions are updated. And I think that makes the fog support complete and functional. That'll be nice. So that's fixed. Oh yeah, and the all givens puzzle. Somebody reported that. Problem is, I don't even know where I'll find that puzzle now. If I scroll back on my Discord, I'll find it eventually, but there were... I've been posting... It's such a busy channel that I have to scroll back for ages, and Discord is just terrible with that. And I don't know if... Oh my god, yeah, because I've been working on the Endless Puzzles feature, and I've been posting a lot about that. All givens. I'm literally just scrolling through Discord right now, backwards, trying to find when we worked on this all givens stuff. But it's been literally quite a few weeks, and it is a busy channel. No, it was after my Africa trip, right? I'm pretty sure. What's the date here? We get times. Do I get dates? June 14th. No, okay, it's after June 14th. I'm pretty sure. You know what? I'm gonna check Mark's, my personal chat with Mark. We chat a lot as well. I don't know if it's quite as much as what's happening in the feedback channel. I mean, he built the feature after all. That enabled the all givens puzzles. Here we go. I'm seeing a screenshot of the puzzle. So there's got to be a link to this puzzle somewhere. Wait, I'm gonna... Doesn't behave as one would expect, which will trip us up in the future. But we were talking about it, so... Yeah. Do we have one? That was the short URL feature. Fog Plus, here we go. All right, so I should be able to take this URL now. Nope. Copy link address. And we should be able to bring it into here. Like that. Deep fog, yeah, thanks. All right. Now I had a report of something not working. Ooh, okay. What's going on here? All right, let's get rid of that debugging stuff. I forgot that it's still in there. Is that in the thumbnailer? Yes, that's in the thumbnailer. So, thumbnailer. Let's go into Git. It'll guide us. So I don't know. We don't really have to do that much here. I think it's mostly just getting rid of the loggy stuff. Yeah, we have that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Do that. So we're adding this trigger. We're just moving the replay playing false up to here, basically. And we are updating this. So yeah, that's all fine. And we had a bunch of logging elsewhere as well. Okay. Import puzzle. Because it could be broken because I'm not returning all the puzzles from get puzzles. Oh. Puzzles. Yeah. Let's also check in here. I had to remember to save all this stuff as well. Yeah, I think the get puzzles change has been reverted. And let's get rid of these. Need that. Don't need that. And do need this. No, this. All right, import. Okay. It crashed before. Not crashing now. Don't need that. What was the complaint on this particular thing? All givens fog puzzles do not check correctly. Well, let's solve this and find out. Oh. Yeah. All right. But that could literally be just, it doesn't have that code yet. So we'll probably need to do another engine update. There have been a few things. Let me think. Where was this mostly? This was in script.js, right? So if I bring in the new script.js, it might just work, right? I mean, obviously I have to update the other stuff as well. Let's see if that actually updates anything. It doesn't update anything. So it's this one, right? Why would it try to run the thumbnail here? Okay. It's not letting me type in anything. Well, what time is it? It's 8:30. When did I start the stream? Let me think. Let me see. We've been recording 2.5 hours. I'm starting to get a bit tired, and I've had a bit of a tough week. Let me think. Because I'm not sure when I last updated all of these, and maybe I need to refresh again to actually make sure I'm loading the right file. And click here. So the checker, basically what I'm trying to think about right now is, because the checker code is inside script.js, but I'm trying to remember if there was something else that was also changed to enable this feature. And I don't remember exactly. Let's see if this feature is available already on production. Because I don't even remember if Deep Fog works on production. I kind of assume it does. No, No, because I was planning to actually release from production. Well, I copied... don't need this one. So I copied script.js over, right? And this is... Alright, so app on the right and engine on the left. So I copied script.js over. What else would we need? I mean, we have a bunch of things that we need on top for... that have been updated recently. And I don't mind actually pushing these over. But there's certain, like, I don't want to bring in the endless feature and stuff like that. Short URLs doesn't make sense in the app. Puzzle zipper, what was changed there? I don't know. A bunch of these could just be updates that make them compatible with other things and stuff like that. I don't know how far back I want to go with this. Ooh. But obviously there's stuff that I've been fixing as I came across them. Alright, let's copy these over. And I don't remember if I did any custom changes to these files to make them work. I mean, I shouldn't. That way lies pain. But I might have to. Okay, 6. No. So it doesn't work on SudokuPad.app, but does work on beta, I assume. Nope. Let's just go to beta. Right. Yeah. Now, this should be the same as beta, right? It's version 350. 3.7... What? .371. Well, I'm not copying the right files over. Public staging. Script.js. Copy over here. Script.js. 350. Do I need to restart this? This is not updating. It's not updating at all. It's still saying it's 350. What the hell, man? What the hell? Alright, let's find out what's going on here. We have script.js. Find 0.350. You guys saw me copy the file over 3 times now. Staging. Find 350. What? I'm going crazy. 371. What the frick? Oh, shoot. I copied it the wrong direction. God damn it. I dragged the file the other way around and overwrote it in the main engine. And this is 209k. The other one was 270k, 7k. So now this should be to... Yeah, no more 350 here. No more 350 here. And if I refresh this now, it maybe something... 372. All right. So now, let's play it. And it even recorded the actions. Cool. All right. Let's play this as a little ending to the stream. Well, let's see. Should we... Yeah, why is it trying to run on the puzzle page, actually? It shouldn't try to run on the puzzle page, and the thumbnail was already created, so I don't know why it was running here. It could be that I did something that unsynced it somehow. Sorry, not unsynced, that's the wrong word. That made it execute out of the asynchronous setup. So thumbnail 86. Why is it getting called here? Thumb load. Oh, it could just be that it's pending, you know, because we're here and it's just ongoing loading. I'd love to add the cleverness that I figured out now with the endless puzzles thing, but I'm not sure if I have the time to bring it in. But it might be that's kind of one of the things that goes into the update right after. All right, let's play this puzzle. It's a nice one, and it should test a few things that are fairly new features. So if there's something wrong, hopefully we can figure it out. So the only way to make a 6 is 1, 2, and 4, 5. The neighboring cells to our 6 is 5, 7, but 1, 2, 4, 5 will have a 5 in it, so this is got to be a 7, this is going to be an 8, this is going to be a 4, and 8 plus 4 is, well, we can't add a 4, so this arrow is at least 3. Can it be 4 long? Could it be this? 4 plus 1, 2, 7 plus 1. It could. Well, we'll see about that, right? This one can only go to here or here. There's no 4s here. So there's a 4 somewhere here. And 1, 5 somewhere here. Well, this one could go this one as well. Now this one has to be less than a 4. It can't be a 3, so it's a 1 or a 2. Let's write out the rest, actually. All right. 4. So the 8 needs either a 1 and a 3, or a 1, 2, and a 1 from over here somewhere. Or here, so we've got a 4 there. So one thing I'm not sure about is in which directions these go. Because the 6 could go this way, or this way. And this one could go here or here. While this one can go... Well, I can't get a 3 from here, right? It could be 1, 2, and then 1. It could be 1 and 3. 1, 2, and 1, 1, and 3. That's the only 2 options, right? And then this one can go this way, or this way. So whichever one of these is the 2. Ah, wait, okay, so one of these needs to be the 2. Because the 4 is here, so we've got a 2 here. Okay. 4 plus 2 would be 6. Double. Yeah, no, it's got to be 1, 2. So the 8's got to include a 1. And if this is a 2, that can be the 1. Could it do this? 4, 2, 1, 1. It could. Could this ever be the 1? Yes. 4, 2, 1, 1. So either we have a 3 here, or we have a 1, 2 here, or 1, 2 here. And then we have a 1 here. So we either have a 3 here or 1 here. Okay. What else? We have a 2 here, 4 here, and then we have a 1, 5 here, and then we have a 1, 5. The other 1, 5, either, if it's this one, it goes either here or here. There was a spoiler blink. Are you sure? Oh, yep, there is. Yeah, I'm not gonna fix that today, but I'm gonna do issues. Spoiler flash on fog puzzle. All right. Oh, shit. It didn't record my... It's not restoring my pencil marks correctly. Now they're back. I go back here and refresh this page. And now it's solved. Ah, something is confused. So if I go here, right? So we know this is a 6. Then I'll say, okay, this is 1, 2, 4, 5. Then I go back here. Refresh this page. It doesn't show the pencil marks. Fog. Thumb. Not showing pencil marks. Although I don't remember if pencil marks are supposed to be in these. I don't actually remember. If I do this, and then I go back to here. No, it does show them. It doesn't show them with error checking, interestingly enough. But I think that was a deliberate choice at the time. And it's interesting that it shows the lines, but not the thingamajigs. I'm trying to remember. There was a way of resolving this, but I'm not sure. I think there was also a quote-unquote bug in the puzzle where this was forced to be a 1-3, where the 4-cell version of this 8 arrow wasn't taken into consideration. Let me think. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Is that a possibility? Because if this is a 1, there's no 1 here. There's a 5 here and a 1 down here. If it's 1, 3, or 1, 3, then there's a 3 down here. Okay, we have a 4 up here. Now this one, okay, let's think about this the other way around. So this can either go here, then this can go here, or here, or here. Now if this one goes here, this one can only go here or here. Then this one, this goes here. This can't go there, but it can go here or here. Now 8 cannot be on these. So if this goes, this could go here and here. So 8 could be here. Thus, this could be... 8 could be on any of these. 8 and 9 could be on any of these. Let's do something silly here for a sec. These can't be 2s. Because the 2s are on here, and the 2s get paired with the 4s down here. Can this be a 1? If this is a 5, this could, like, we could have a 5 here and a 1 here, for example, right? So we can't exclude the 1 from here even. Can we exclude any of these arrows not being reached? And do we have an option of a 3-cell arrow? Because I could see this going to be 2, 1, 3, for example. Because if we have a 3-cell arrow, we can't even rely on the 2, 4. No, we cannot, because then the other arrow, yeah, we'll have clashes. Trying to remember how this one was solved. I don't remember being stuck on the last one. I think on the last one I just assumed there was a 3 here or something, and then it resolved it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. Can we enforce the 9 going up here? Don't think we can. No, this is a 1 and 2. Ah, wait a second. We know there's no 2 here. That's something useful. If there's no 2 here, there's no 2 here. Could we have... Like, we cannot have 1, 2, obviously, but we could have 1, 2, 1. 1, 3, 4. I don't remember now. I solved this puzzle many times. 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8. 4, 9. Can we eliminate any places where this arrow could go? Like, can we eliminate it going here somehow? Like, if this is a 1, 2, this is a 4, 5, 9. A 2 here, 2 here. 8s and 9s. 8s, 9s. This needs to take at least either this, this, or this. And I don't think I still don't think I can exclude any of these. Like, if this was a 2, could have a 1 here and then a 1 here. Like, that doesn't seem to be a problem. And then there's a 1 here. Ah, man, do you guys remember? All I want to know is if I have to assume it's a 1, 3. Like, if I assume... Well, I can try it. If I assume there's a 3 here, then this has to be a 1. And maybe that's what, yeah, brings it forward, I guess. Yeah, I think also there was another one that ultimately then released because of this flaw. Maybe this is the flawed version. Maybe he fixed it later. If I search for deep fog, or deep fog, or fog plus plus, what should I search for? Maybe he sent me the link in a private chat? No. Fog plus plus? Plus. Well, I'm testing right now. I'm not actually I'm not actually solving the puzzle. But I think this might actually be the flawed version of the puzzle. And I don't want to waste my time on that. Like, there's a broken version of the puzzle that I have a link to. Did Simon... Oh, Simon solved another one. For Discord, if I search for fog plus plus, it gives me every freaking thing with the word fog in it, which is not useful. That's not what a search should be doing. If I search for top autism fog. In Deep in the Darkness, maybe? Ah, okay, I think this is the fixed version. Alright, so if we take, go back here. Go here. Test deletion. And then bring it back in from here. I think this might be the fixed version of the puzzle. Yeah. This is the one that's... Wait, what? Oh. Is this? Oh, I think there's something about the check-in. Deep fog checks on every pops up check dialog on every digit entered. The weird thing is it didn't do it on the other puzzle. I don't know. Because I think it might have its own checker dialogue. You know, that's not just the engine one. If I search for UO. Maybe not. Like, why would it trigger that dialogue at this point? It shouldn't. So if I take put in a 6. Oh, I wish it would reload faster. Why are all these frameworks? And now it's filled in already. What the hell? Did that before as well. Maybe it's related to the thumbnail? Am I editing the right one? Yes. Incorrect. 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 Solution. Incorrect. Incorrect. Expected. Yada yada yada. Checked. Solution. Get dialog parts. Show puzzle no errors dialog. I'm gonna have to freaking log all of these. Ah, I can just do it here. Just give me a useful stack trace, please. Pretty please. All right. It's not giving me anything. Come on, refresh, load the files. This is, yeah, this is in the right place. And now it's done this again. It's not refreshing. I am editing the right file, am I? SudokuPad www.js puzzle script.js. If I look at git under SudokuPad script.js, line 38 something here. It should log out for get dialog parts. All right, open. Okay, so this doesn't look quite right. Oh, it's not even this text. It is a custom dialog for SudokuPad, I think. That doesn't look quite right. In fact, it's like an older dialogue. That doesn't look quite right. That doesn't look quite right. Yeah, this is its own... because there was a reason why it couldn't use the dialogues from the main game. And I think I need to integrate these. Integrate core checker dialogues. Fog Plus didn't have a given in 9.9. Well, yeah, that's for the solution check. So why does this trigger? Now, I'm guessing the code in the app doesn't look at all the checker details yet that have been added. And it's not refreshing. Refresh the freaking files, please. So 6. Handle puzzle error. Where does this come from? It does come from the checker, though. But wait, there's no check being triggered. Handle toggle auto check. Handle act. Create puzzle 91. Handle toggle auto check. Handle action. Maybe it's the whole cell completed thing. I think it might think the puzzle is solved because of all the givens. But like you said, there shouldn't be a given in one cell, right? So if I do this, if I do this, it should just give me a true false for every cell, right? Okay. It does have a give. It does have givens in every slot. So if I put a 6 here, it comes back with true everywhere. But why does this work here? So I'm guessing the is completed check runs differently in the engine. Don't I have an is completed? Puzzle is completed. Can I just use that? Given as prop normal. This doesn't seem to take the fog into consideration either. If I do framework app.puzzle.is completed false. If I do this here, false. So why don't I just use that instead? Have a value or given. If not, cell completed. So if not cell completed. And I don't think this is used anywhere else. Yeah, some of this stuff is really old because I kind of custom built some of the code because I couldn't make the engine work properly in the app. So I cloned some of the code over, and that code obviously isn't getting updated now. So it might be in my best interest to actually get rid of those custom code paths. Okay, that seems to work now. Let's see if it keeps going. Because that might just sort it out already. 5, 7, 3, that's a 2 or 4. 6 is on an arrow. It can't be with a 4, so that's a 2. That's a 1 or a 4. It's a 3-cell arrow with a 6 on it, so we have a 1-9 pair here. Which means that is not a 1. And this would be a 8. And it's on an arrow, so either this is an 8 or it's a 1. This 8 needs to be next to a 9. This can't be a 1, that's an 8. Alrighty. So then there's an 8 up here. And has this changed from making them black to making them blue? No, they're black. Alright. So this one has to be a 2-cell arrow that goes to here. So this has to be a 3 or a 1. Unless it's a 3 3-cell arrow. And all of these are part of the 8th arrow. So these are the 3 different versions of the 8. Unless there's like a 3-cell version of it as well. So I have to be a little bit careful. Let's draw these in. So that one, and that one. And this can go here or down. This can go over. This one needs to go this way. So it can't go here. So this is a 2-cell arrow. So this is a 3 or a 1. Can't be a 3. So it should be a 1. There should be a 7. There should be a 5. Right. Now none of these can have the 1 in it. So we can't have these be 1-7s. And now I think this was the next step, to fill it in like that. So we know that's not a 9. And we know it can't... Could it be a 4? I think that was a question. If this is a 4 and then like a 1, 3. But none of them can be 1s, right? And could it be a 4, 1, 2, 1? 4. No, because there's no 1 can be reached. So that's a 2 or 5. 9 can't be here. That can't be a 9. So the 9 is here or here. Now, if this is the 9, this goes here. And that goes down. This is the 9, this goes here. So if this is the 9, this has to take this cell. If this is the 9, this either way, this one can't go over. So that one has to go here. So this is at least a 2-cell arrow. Something like this. 2, 5, 4. Can it be a 7? No, because this can't be a 1 or a 2. 6, 3, no. 7, 2, no. Okay, 6, 2, 3, 5. And it could be a 4, 2, and then another 2 here, for example. Or 4, 2, 2, or something like that. Alright. 9 is here, so this goes either here or here. If it's a 2... this would have to be a 6. If it's a 5, we need a 3. So it can't go here, so that's the 9. Oops. Boom. 9. Here we go. And that puts an 8 here. And then puts a 4 here. So that's not a 4. And now, in fact, the 4 needs to be here. Wow, I didn't even include 4 as a possibility here. But that just is a 4 now, and now we know this is a 3-cell arrow. So this has to be less than 4. 1, 2, or 3, and it can't be 1, 2. So this is a 3, and then we have a 1 here. Okay, so that this one is actually resolved correctly. All right, so yeah, he did fix that issue then. All right, something that has a 4 on it, so it's not like trivially small. And these two are from 7 and 9, I believe, and these two are from 3 and 6. So this arrow goes in this direction. Oops. Which means it's either 7, 4 plus 3, or 9, 4 plus... Nope, it's not the 9. 4 plus... The smallest can be 4 plus 3. It could be 9, 4 plus 3, 7 plus a 2 down here, I guess. In theory. 6, this can only be a 2. So then this is either a 7 with a 1 here, or a 5 with a 3 here. Okie dokie. This arrow, 4, 3, 2, it could go down. Either way, this can never be a 6. So this is a 3, and it does go down, which means this has to be a 9, and this has to be a 7. And then this is 7, so this has got to be a 2. Right, and then this is 1 or 3. Now we know this cannot come down and grab a 2. No, we were thinking about a 1. Ah. Oh. No, wait. What did I do? Where did these 2s come from? This is a 2. That's a 1 or a 3. Can't be a 3. So that's the 1, right? So this can't grab a 1 here. So this can't be a 7. So this has got to be a 3. Yeah. And this has got to be a 6. And now these are 9. And I think I can now put the conflict checking on again, because I disabled that because I thought maybe that was the problem. Yeah. I've missed you. 5, 9, 4. Occurs to me I have to organize my own dinner today, because I'm all alone. Alright. This can't be a 4 because 4 plus 6 doesn't fit in anything. So this is the upper one, and this is a 1 or a 2 then. Like that, and the arrow goes like this. Alright, what else? What else? No 4s here. That's the 4. So that's got to be the 8 then. That makes that a 7. And this is a 6, 1. And this 7 goes over here, where it has to be... It can't be a 3 or 2. It can't be a 1, 6. So it's got to be a 5. Which makes this a 9, and this a 5. And this a 2. And this a 3. And these two are 4 and 8. So 4, 3, 1 is a possibility. Alright, what goes here? 1, 6, 7, and here 2, 5, 9. So what are our options here? 1, 3, 4, 6, 3, no. 7, 3, 4 is an option. 8, 3, 5, not an option. So that's got to be a 4. So now these are a 7. And then the 8 is on an arrow. So this has got we need a 9 and a 1 here. And then only the 5 is one of the 2 of the 4 here. And this has got to be a 4. And then these are 2, 5, 6, and 9. And 5 here. 1, 2, 8, 5, 4, 2, 5, 9. Oh. 8, 8, like that. I think there was something in the bottom right corner next. So there might be like a naked single somewhere here, which I can find by just... Ah, there we go. We got a 3. And then these 4 are 1, 4, 9. Oh no, my plant is dropping leaves. I need to put fertilizer on them. I've been neglecting them for so long. All right, so that's the bigger one. So the arrow needs to go... Oh, wait, no, we could have an 8 and a 5 here. Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We can jump to them later. Well, it's a 3 here. And somewhere along here. So if this is a 7, that's a 4. Which it can't be, but it could be something smaller than a 4. No, it couldn't be. So I guess this can never be a 7, right? Because we can't add them together, and then 7 can't be 3 plus whatever here is here. So this can't be a 7. If it's a 6, it could be 6 plus 3, it could be 9. No. And it could be 3 plus 1 and 2. No. So this can't be a 6, so it's a 5. So wait, okay, and we add these together to get 3 plus 5 is 8. That resolves a bunch of digits around. And then these 3 are 4, 6, 7. All right. We have a 1 here. 8s, 3s, 5s. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 1. Okay, and then these 2 are 2, 7, 9. With a 9 here, which gives us a bunch of things. And we're now pretty much in the home stretch, I believe. 7 and we get a 1 here. It's a 9 here, 4, 1 here. 6, 4, 6, 9. 3, 4, 3, and 9. And finally, we're missing a 6 and a 7, which go into this order. And that's it. All right, and that works now as well. And now it's shown like this. And if we switch on blur solution on, blur solution doesn't seem to work. Blur solution is broken. All right, blur solution broken. Listing. Blur solution broken. All right, this one need to fix. This one we need to fix. That one is fixed. All right, we actually managed to fix a bunch of things and added some major missing features, like the fog stuff was all broken. Any other links? So that's okay. I think this category is not very useful. All right, no confetti. Did I not bring the event feature over? It could also just not that the setting isn't enabled right now. I might not have brought it over. Feature events. Where is it? Puzzle events. Feature puzzle events. I'm missing the puzzle events setting. Where is that? Is it on advanced? Gameplay. Visual. Experimental puzzle events. Yeah. In fact, I don't even see the experimental category at all. So I might have just removed everything that was under the experimental category. Yeah, I don't know if I should even include it, to be honest. Maybe I should. So puzzle events. So the reason that the fact that the setting isn't visible. So these things get loaded in here. Puzzle events. Find events. No. Let me just go here. So compact marks. Yeah, the compact marks aren't in here either. That's the worst puzzle to try to test this on. The corners are all filled. So does that... But it doesn't seem to bring the experimental settings. All right, there it is. And there we go, experimental. So I guess I deliberately removed all the experimental settings. Yeah, in fact, the others don't make sense. Cell copy and paste maybe can be graduated into non-experimentalness. So UI themes are app settings in the app. I mean, this is in fact a feature I'm migrating the other direction. Stats don't make sense on the mobile app. That's really just a debugging thing. I don't have a way of removing it. Whoops. Yeah. All right. That's it for today. I gotta sort out some things, but I'm very happy with the progress, actually. So we've got an Android build. We've cleaned up some of the pending stuff. There's still a lot of loose ends, obviously, but we've made a good progress for just it being the first day of this 1.5 week super sprint. What I would have liked to do is to do actually a little bit of a calendar planning session. But maybe I'll do that on my own. It's probably not a stream-worthy thing. So tomorrow, I might start a calendar, put the deadline on it and then just kind of try to, because, you know, I can't finish on the last day. I need on the last day, it must have gone through review and everything, and that takes like at least 24 hours. And it might be longer now because I haven't updated in so long. So I should have a version up ASAP, even if it's a little bit, if it's incomplete, let's put it that way. It obviously can't be completely broken, but like this, it's not completely broken, you know? Some things don't work perfectly yet. There's some glitches in the thumbnails, but it's not worse than the version that's actually live. So it's the sort of thing I might push into review and all that. Hey, thanks, Thomas. Really appreciate it. And, you know, the people who have supported me by buying the app really deserve to have at least something as good as the web version. So this has been long overdue. And I hope once I'm back in the groove of running the updates. And the problem is, like, once you don't update for a while, there's so many other things you need to suddenly do that it becomes more and more work without actually getting any additional value. And then eventually basically work was getting added faster than the time that was passing that let me work getting done. So it was a bit of a crapshoot. But we're finally making tangible progress, and I'm looking forward to getting this out the door because I think it'll be a very motivational for me. Because obviously the sales have been going down, and, you know, it's been tough, and it's kind of, I only have myself to blame, which doesn't make it any easier. Anyway, thanks so much for the support, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.